So I got this, the iPhone 14. So there's low demand for this. There's not that much demand for this iPhone 14, especially probably the regular size one. So that's exactly the one I got. So this is the regular midnight 128 gigabyte iPhone 14. But yeah, let's see what's in the box. Let me go ahead and. Oh, no way, it's an iPhone 13 mini. No, I'm just kidding. But the basic stuff in the box: charging cable, papers, stickers, I think. So no wall charger, no headphones. What can you do? It is what it is. So this is what we're here to talk about. So people are saying there's not too much demand for this certain iPhone. So I just want to see why that is. I'll just give my first impressions of what I thought about it. Starting it, using it, setting it up. I've been using it for a few days now. So first of all, I don't know if it was just me, but I was copying all the data from my iPhone 13 mini to here. And I don't know why, but that process took like an hour and a half for me. I would have to restart the phone. It would just freeze up sometimes, never-ending loading screens. And I didn't really have that much stuff on my iPhone 13 mini either. The process took like an hour and a half, and it would just freeze up. And then not to mention also the update. So this phone had to update to, it came with 16.0 iOS, and I think it had to update to 16.1, and that took like another 30 minutes, which I understand. That's the update, it has to happen, but they should give you an option to update after you set up the phone. Like, you shouldn't have to update right when you're starting the phone and setting your stuff up, because one, that could be sort of confusing for the average person, and two, it just takes longer. It's just better to have people update after they already set up their phone. So that process was not the best, but then again, it's not that big of an issue. Give or take, you're really paying about $1,000 for this iPhone. And the main gripes people have with it is that it's last year's design, it's last year's everything really. Maybe a new processor, but for my use, as much as I don't want to like it, as much as I just want to hop on the bandwagon of hating it, it's really hard to unlike this phone. Number one, I really like this color. I had the white mini, so I just wanted to go complete opposite and get something dark. So I got the midnight here. I think it only shows up as like navy blue midnight in like direct sunlight. I really like the construction and the build. I mean, it's an iPhone, it's well made, it's well constructed. It certainly doesn't feel cheap because it's not cheap. The screen is very nice, the OLED panel. I'm sure you guys know by now I love my OLED panels, especially coming from a mini. Typing on here is really nice actually. It almost feels like an iPad, compared to like the mini, how big it is. It feels like you're holding an iPad when you type or when you do certain things. I've noticed it to not heat up as much as the iPhone 13 mini, maybe because it is brand new and Apple's newest phones don't really have a problem with heating up or performance or anything like that until they get like a year older. Everything on here is zippy, fast, smooth, glidey, seamless really. And I love the user experience. iOS 16.1 here. Yeah, iOS 16.1.1. Pretty zippy, pretty fast. Honestly, you don't even think about the performance. That's how simple and easy and well performing it is. Like I said, like performance with these newer phones, like you don't even really have to worry about that. Performance is gonna be, for the most part, okay on the newest of newest phones. Look at this fog right here. Oh man, look at that fog. Compared to last year's models, compared to the last year's 13 mini, I've really noticed a significant difference in the camera quality, in the picture quality, or in just the camera app, just the usability of the camera app. I really enjoy taking pictures on this not 14 mini, but iPhone 14 here. This camera is, once again, with all iPhone cameras, it's pretty impressive. All the pictures come out nice, all the colors come out nice, just the right amount of sharpness, just the right amount of processing and clarity, and not too saturated. And overall, a good experience when using the camera. I'm gonna have more details about the camera in my full review, so look out for that. I can say that it's, one, this camera is really fun to use, it's really easy to use, and two, it takes really nice pictures, and especially really nice videos. And lastly, battery life. Right now, I'm at 100%. Throughout the day, this battery will only drop 50%. I can tell because yesterday I went at, I want to say at like 8 p.m., the battery was still at 47%. So that's quite the battery life here. Only about 50% throughout the day. Yesterday I used it Not too much. I think 3 hours. Let's see how long it lasts with like heavier tests and heavier usage. I'll definitely get a 6 hour day in just to see what the battery is like. I'm confident that the battery won't die even using a phone for like 6 hours. Maybe if I do like some real heavy gaming or something. But and just a side note, I don't know why I think like this notch is, doesn't this notch just feel a little more, just a little shorter? Maybe because I'm coming from a 13 mini and that notch is a bathtub. If you're coming from a 13 mini or a 12 mini, then this notch is gonna look very, very different to you, and that's a good thing. I know it's the same exact size, it's just my perception, but that's a nice little difference there too. A notch that doesn't look too big. Again, I'm gonna have another video out of I guess my full review of this iPhone 14, but this is the cheapest iPhone now, so this is for you guys that don't want to spend $1,200 on an iPhone, but you want the newest, latest iPhone. It has that new phone feeling, of course. It's a great performer, and I'll definitely answer the question if this phone is a get or not in my full review. Stay tuned for that, but for now, great overall phone.